Les Misérables stars Hugh Jackman, Anne Hathaway and Russell Crowe. The French Revolution has happened, and Hugh Jackman is a slave, coming home on a ship of slaves, and all the slaves start singing like it's normal. Prison guard Russell Crowe tells Hugh Jackman that although he's not a slave anymore, he's still on parole, so he can't just go twatting off anywhere. But he sings all this, it's not a song, he just sings the words. You can't just go twatting off, like that. But Hugh Jackman's like balls to that and goes on the run. Later on he goes to a church and steals some silverware from a priest, but luckily it's a nice priest, and he says, look mate, you can take all the silverware you want, just don't be a tool. But he sings that. He sings everybody sings everything. 8 years have passed and Hugh is now a mayor and the owner of a sewing factory, or something, there's a lot of sewing. And he's a respectable man now because he doesn't have a beard and he now looks like he enjoys a pie. Russell Crowe turns up later as a policeman and he says to Hugh, blimey, you remind me of a slave who once broke parole. And Hugh's like, really? One of Hugh's factory workers, Anne Hathaway, is fired for having an illegitimate daughter, so she has to sell her hair and her teeth, and she becomes a prostitute, and then she sings the Susan Boyle song. Hugh finds out what's happened and he's like, Zomg, I'll help you. Anne Hathaway's daughter is working for Helena Bonham Carter and Sacha Bonham Cohen, a pair of conniving plot devices who run a pub and provide the light relief and do silly voices and make jokes about willies and toilets. 9 years have passed now, and a group of young, handsome French students with excellent cheekbones rise up against the French aristocracy. The most prominent cheekbone student out of all the prominent cheekbone students, Eddie Redmayne, spots Anne Hathaway's wispy-haired daughter. He sees her in the street and goes, course, she's nice. And this links up all the stories. And there's a couple more hours of romance and shooting and shouting and crying and dying, and Russell Crowe going, "Ho!" until everything's resolved. So, that's the film. If you choose to watch it, I hope you enjoy it. Goodbye. Yes.